1. The world is changing faster than we can comprehend. Every day we are bombarded with choices, some subtle, some obvious, that pull us away from our true path. We chase illusions, wealth, popularity, and temporary satisfaction, thinking this is the life we are meant to live. But deep inside, you feel it. Something isn't right. You sense the urgency, the pressure building in a way you can't explain. That's your soul trying to warn you, your spirit calling out from within. The signs are everywhere, but most choose to look away. This video isn't about fear, it's about truth. And that truth starts with acknowledging that the time for silence has ended. If you don't wake up now, you might never get another chance. This is your moment. Your wake-up call. The decision you make today could define your eternity. 2. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, the world below you in chaos, and a voice telling you to jump. Not to fall, but to rise above. That's what this moment is. It's not about religion, not about trends or conspiracy. It's about truth. A truth that burns deep into your soul once you let it in. The mark of 666 isn't just a number. It's a symbol of submission, of selling your will and conscience to a system that is designed to enslave. They don't need to convince you anymore. They just distract you long enough that you no longer care. But what if you refused? What if you stood tall and chose to break the silence, to live boldly, even when it costs you? That's what courage is, and that's what you're being called to embrace. 3. They told you to trust the system. They fed you media, gave you distractions, taught you how to scroll endlessly while the world burned silently in the background. They gave you new idols, new pleasures, all while your spirit starved. But you knew something was missing. That's because your soul was never meant to bow to a world built on lies. You were meant to rise, to lead, to awaken others. The mark isn't just coming. It's already here, slowly creeping into the choices we make, into the comforts we're offered, into the silence we keep. When you stay silent, you become part of the deception. But when you speak, when you rise, you become part of the resistance. And that's what this message is for. 4. Have you ever wondered why you feel so empty even after achieving your goals? That's the void left behind when truth is ignored. You weren't born for ordinary. You were born with purpose, designed with fire, created for such a time as this. The world may call you crazy. They may laugh at your beliefs, but it's better to stand alone in truth than walk blindly in a crowd headed for destruction. The mark of 666 is not just physical, it's spiritual. It's in the surrender of your values, your identity, your soul. Don't let comfort be your cage. Don't trade eternal truth for temporary peace. Wake up. Rise up. Speak up. It starts now. 5. There's a war happening, but not the kind you see on the news. This war is invisible, yet it's more real than anything you've ever known. It's being fought in your thoughts, in your beliefs, in your values. And every moment you delay, you give more ground. The mark is not a future event. It's a present deception. They don't want you to think. They want you numb, tired, indifferent. But you were not created for passivity. You were made to battle for your soul. You must reclaim your fire, reignite your hunger for truth, and reject the lies you've been sold. Because soon, silence will no longer be a choice. It will be your sentence. 6. Look around you. Can't you feel it? The world is slipping into darkness disguised as light. Good is called evil, and evil is celebrated. It's no longer about truth, but about control. The mark of the beast isn't just about a chip or a code. It's about who owns your allegiance. Will you obey the voice of truth or the whispers of the system? Every day you choose. And today, this video is your crossroads. You can scroll past, pretend it's just another video, or you can stop, breathe, and awaken to your calling. You were born for this battle, not to blend in, but to break out. Not to be liked, but to be light. 7. The most dangerous prison is the one you cannot see. The bars are built from comfort, the chains made of fear, and the guards disguised as influencers, corporations, and false promises. They don't need to force you to take the mark. They just need you to want it. But today you can choose to escape. You can choose truth over trends, freedom over fear, and eternity over ego. The system cannot own you unless you let it. This is your chance to say no, to say, I will not bow, I will not break, I will not be bought, because your soul is not for sale. 8. They promised you peace if you just comply. They offered safety if you just stay silent. But the cost of silence is your soul. You were not created to be a spectator in this fight. You were called to be a warrior of light. This world will test you, break you, try to mold you into someone you're not. But deep down, there's a fire no system can put out, and it's time to let it burn, speak the truth, stand for what's right, because the ones who take the mark won't know until it's too late. But you today, you still have a choice. 9. The hour is late. The warnings are clear, and yet most are asleep, dreaming of pleasures while the enemy sets his final trap. They don't need to destroy you. They just need to distract you. They make it easy. They make it fun. They make it normal. But you feel it, don't you? That tension inside, that quiet whisper telling you this isn't it. That's your soul waking up. That's your moment arriving. It's not too late yet, but time doesn't wait forever. What you do now echoes into eternity. Choose boldly. 10. You've heard the stories, the prophecies, the signs, but this is no longer a warning. It's a reality. The beast system is real, and it's already here. You don't need to see horns or fire to know darkness is moving. All you need to do is look into the eyes of a generation that has lost its way, and you'll know. We've been seduced, conditioned, trained to laugh at truth and worship comfort. But not you. You are called out, called higher, called to awaken. This is your battle cry. You were made for more than this system wants you to believe. 11. Every great movement begins with one awakened soul. You don't need a stage. You don't need approval. You just need to stand, say no, draw the line, refuse the mark. Not just the physical one, but the spiritual one, the silent one, the one that says, I belong to the system. You don't. You never did. Your soul belongs to something far greater, and today you claim it back. With every breath, with every choice, you say, I am free, I will not bow, I will not be deceived, I am awake now. 12. The world will say you're extreme, that you're paranoid, that you've lost your mind, but what they really fear is that you've found your purpose, because a soul awakened is more dangerous than any army. A soul aligned with truth is unstoppable, and that's who you are now. You don't need to shout, you just need to live it, walk in truth, speak with courage, refuse the mark in every form, digitally, morally, spiritually. You are light in a dark world, and light cannot be hidden. 13. They want your mind, they want your will, they want your surrender, but they can never have your soul unless you give it away. This is the deception behind the mark. It's not forced, it's chosen. The beast doesn't drag you in chains. He seduces you with comfort, with false peace, with acceptance. But your heart knows the difference. Your spirit feels the weight of truth. And now you must decide, follow the crowd or stand with courage. Your destiny hangs in that choice. 14. Do not wait for the world to collapse before you believe. The warnings are not just coming, they are here. Every new law, every restriction, every narrative is pushing you closer to the line. And once you cross it, there may be no going back. But today, right now, you can choose the narrow road. You can choose truth, even when it costs you friends, family, fame, or fortune. Because nothing is worth more than your soul, don't sell it for comfort. Fight for it with everything you have. 15. You were chosen for this generation, not by accident, not by chance. You carry a fire the world cannot contain. The mark may be offered to all, but not all will take it. Some will rise, some will stand, some will say no, even when the whole world bows. Be that voice, be that one. Let this be your awakening. Let this video be your moment. Subscribe now and take your first step toward truth, courage, and freedom, because the hour is now, and tomorrow may be too late.